As you can see behind me here, statues of all the Hall of Famers, Olympians, world champions, a lot of very, very special people here. When I was executive director back in the early 70s, the Olympians, of course, were what we all wanted to try to be, but it had to start somewhere, and it started with the youth programs. And it was a concern of mine and our board at the time as to how you work with the young athlete, how you train the young athlete. And we got a lot of mighty good people from the states all around the country who were working at that level. And they all were concerned about developing a young body and a young mind too fast under the pressures of being the Olympian when they're 10 years old or 12 years old. And what came from that concern was our emphasis on fun and fundamentals. We wanted the kids not to burn out. We weren't worried about a 10-year-old state champion or a 12-year-old national champion. We were worried about a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old who had fun in our sport, so it became something that was a lifetime issue with them, that wrestling meant something to them, no matter what age they became, whether their fathers or grandfathers. And so the conscious effort was to make sure that, first of all, they were having fun, and then sprinkle in some of our wrestling fundamentals. And hence the model for kids wrestling became fun and fundamentals. And I think even today, this is an issue. We have all these experts coming up with their position on how to work with youth, regardless of the sport, or whether they should be just specializing in one sport versus a variety of sports. It was my personal opinion at the time, and I feel I am more of an educator than I was an administrator, was that you want a young athlete to get involved in as many different sports as he can. And in those sports, make sure that you keep it fun and you keep it at the basic level of learning the skills.